4 more measures, guys, then we learn how to spell chicken. C is the way we begin. H, the next letter in. I am the third. C, for the C's in your bird. K is to fit him in. E, I'm near the end. CHICKEN, that's the way to spell chicken. Chicken. Mike's music method. Come on in, y'all. Today I am bringing you Mississippi John Hurt's The Chicken, requested by Anders. Thank you, Anders, for this amazing artwork. Sorry, it's really late at night and my lighting is... I just couldn't handle it today, so I'm in weird lighting mode. Maybe I'll do this whole thing black and white. But guys, I'm bringing you... Anders requested this song. I asked him after he gave me this lovely piece of artwork. Check out my video. I'll link it up here. You can see it way better in good lighting because this is a stunning work of art. And I asked Anders how I could repay him for his awesome gift. And he said, Mike, just do a tutorial on The Chicken. If you guys don't know this John Hurt song, it is compact. It's a 1-minute short, to the point, awesome little ditty. So much fun. As always, it's John Hurt, so it's not a beginner's piece, not a beginner piece. So if you're new to Mike's music method, as always, check out that Travis Picking playlist. Get good at some other stuff in that playlist first, and then move on to tackle this one. In this video, of course, we're going to be doing that John Hurt flicker, a lot of back and forth between 2 different strings, a lot of rapid melody notes on the same string, so I'll talk you through that. And then after we go through measure by measure, I hold your hand, I'm your teacher here for the next half an hour, however long we do this for. After we go through all that, we'll talk about how to sing it to match your phrasing to the complicated picking. And at the very end, our slow run. So every time you finish a section of the song, jump to the slow run and make sure you can play that section really well before moving on. Boom! Guys, in this video, I will not be putting the tab up on the screen. Know that you can still get it for free at mikesmusicmethod.com, although I encourage you to join the $5 plan or the $2 plan, but it's still free if you can't afford it. So what I'm doing this month, I'm just trying to give you guys more content. A big part of the editing process is putting the tab on the screen, screenshotting the tab, getting it in the right location in the video, and that's pretty time consuming. So what I'm going to do instead is embed this video on a page on my website with a tab right underneath it. Hopefully this works for most of you guys. If I get a lot of pushback, that's fine. If it's really annoying and you're not learning as well, let me know, and I'll spend more time, doing it the old way and just continue to put the tab up here. But if you guys think it's not that much different just having the tab underneath the video, then I'll be able to bring you more content. So that's what I'm trying out here. You guys are consuming the content, so let me know if you'd rather get more of it without the tab or if you missed the tab. You guys decide. Please give me feedback down below. Without further ado, The Chicken, Mississippi John Hurt. Thank you, Anders. This artwork is unbelievable. And check out his work down below. It will be linked. His Instagram page is stunning. This guy is an amazing artist. Ooh, how about this for a goofy camera angle? But measure 1, we've got a basic C chord, and we're going to use our left-hand pinky to snag that 3rd fret. Now, John Hurt always does this heavy thumb, I call it, on beat 2 and 4. Check this out. Heavy, heavy. And what I mean by that, instead of just doing 5-4, 5-4, whenever he hits the 4th string, he's being aggressive. He's also hitting the 3rd with it, even the 2nd sometimes. He's just a bit more aggressive, so we got to get used to that. Sometimes wearing a thumb pick can be helpful. Your call. But here's the measure. We're pinching 5 and 1. Then I play 1 again with my pinky down on the 3rd fret there. So 5 and 1, then 1 again with my pinky down, followed by a heavy thumb. Then the thumb just goes back and forth. A couple ways to handle the melody. You can just do pointer, pointer, or you can do middle, middle, or you can alternate pointer, middle. It's totally up to you. Let's do this slow. Here's our thumb. Now let's do the whole measure. Measure 2, we've got to slide the C shape up to the 5th fret. So again, at the C shape with the pinky down on the 3rd fret, moving it up 2 frets, so I'm at the 5th. But then we move it right back. So check this out, we're only playing 5 and 1, and they're both the 5th fret. Right? I got the pinky down on the 5th and the ring finger down on the 5th. I'm pinching those two, and then I'm lifting the whole chord up, but only hitting the 1st string there. So 5 and 5 are the frets, and I'm pinching 5 and 1 here. And I'm playing 1 again, but it's open. Now I'm using that time when I'm playing the open to get back to a C chord. So pinch these two, play it open, put my C chord down, and there is where I'm doing the heavy thumb on 4 and 3. So try that real slow. And I'll talk you through one more time because it's confusing. Moving up to 5 and 5, still kind of generically holding down a C chord. I know I don't need these other fingers, but it's just going to be easier to think that way. And I'm just pinching 5 and 1 here. Both the 5th frets are down. Then I'm lifting the chord, playing that top string open after the pinch. Then right back to a C chord where I'm doing a heavy thumb on 4 and 3. And then it just ends 5, heavy thumb again. So real slow, let's just do the thumb first. That's what it looks like with the thumb. You're only doing it once up here, then right back to the chord. That execution. Another thing to keep in mind is John Hurt is almost always palm muting. It sounds bad on a nylon. So then the slides become even less noticeable, and you can get it. Sometimes he's even hitting it open. We'll talk more about that later. Where it sounds here just more like a percussive effect than even notes. And he takes advantage of that a lot. Instead of doing a difficult chord shape, he's just playing a quote-unquote wrong note, but it's so heavily palm muted and so quick that it sounds more like a percussive effect than a wrong note. Measure 3, little John Hurt butterfly here. So we have this cool back and forth, and John does this all the time. It's quite beautiful. So we're on a C chord, just simple C chord, nothing fancy with my left hand here. And what I'm doing with my right hand is I'm pinching 5 and 1. Here I'm definitely doing thumb and middle, because right afterwards we got to fire the pointer finger on the 2nd string. All right, so pinch 5 and 1, 2nd finger, or sorry, pointer finger on the 2nd string right after. Then we kind of do the same thing. I'm pinching 4 and 1 though. Then I fire pointer on the 2nd string. So it's thumb, middle, pointer, thumb, middle, pointer. Then back to what we just did, 5 and 1 again. Then we take a break here. There is no quick pointer there, so it's just, well, let's do the beginning of the measure first. We have, and I know when you're pinching, it can be hard to brush. So I would practice that, because when you're pinching, it's also hard to brush the thumb. And if you don't, that's fine, because that heavy kind of pinch almost acts as like a brush, right? You can just give it more oomph on that beat, so it would be like this. So then the second half of the measure here, we're just pinching 5 and 1. Then we're just pinching 4 and 1. And then immediately to the 2nd string, but now I've got to put that left hand pinky down to get the 3rd fret at the end there. So it's a C chord, putting that pinky down on the 3rd fret. Second half of the measure looks like that. 5 and 1. Sorry, 5 and 1, 4 and 1. Then put the pinky down on the 2nd string. So from the top of that measure, just the thumb. Let's add the other parts here. One more time here. Yeah. Whew. We got a break in measure 4, just a simple G chord. 6 heavy thumb, 6 heavy thumb. Measure 5, kind of similar, but not quite the same. Got our pinky down right at the beginning of the C chord, pinching 5 and 1, then playing 1 again. That's that 3rd fret, yeah. So pinch, and then the 1st string again. Then a heavy thumb, followed by the pointer finger on the 2nd string. Second half of the measure, I'm doing a heavy thumb on 5 and then a heavy thumb on 4. He's giving that real thick there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good news, measure 6 is the same as 2. And 7, we get some beautiful back and forth here. Really nice. We're pinching 5 and 1 on a C chord. Then immediately to the 2nd string with my pinky down in the 3rd fret there. Then a heavy thumb on 4, followed right back to the 2nd string, but I lift the pinky and do the 1st fret there. So 5 and 1, 2nd string with the left hand pinky down, thumb on 4, heavy thumb, then right back to the 2nd string, but I lift the pinky to sound that 1st fret. Second half of the measure, back to 5. Then we get a quick, here I shift my pointer finger to the 3rd string, 5, 3, and then the pinky goes down, and I pinch 4 and 2. But when I do that, I'm actually doing open on the 4th string. So I don't know if you want to call that a quick G chord in there. It's more like it's motion on the C chord than truly going to the G, but it does kind of imply that really quick turnaround. 5, 1. So I wrote the G in there, because whatever you want to call it. So that ending is 5, 3, and that's 3rd fret open. Then we lift the chord, and well, I'm just putting my pinky down on that 3rd fret and pinching 4 and 2. All right, lifting everything up, putting the pinky down on the 3rd fret. And that's a 4 and 2 pinch, and that's the measure. 3, 4. So cool. And then measure 8 right back to the C chord. But here he uses that cool walking bass, and I'll show you this. It's a C chord, pinching 5 and 1, heavy thumb on 4, nothing new. But then he moves this ring finger up to the 6th string, to the low E, and he pinches 6 and 3 here, and then a heavy thumb on 4. Measure 9 goes to an F chord. I play it with a thumb over the top here, but you don't have to. Here you can just do a basic F chord. He's not doing anything fancy. What we're doing, we're pinching 6 and 3, then a heavy thumb on 4. And I'm doing thumb and pointer. Then I'm pinching 6 and 2 with thumb and middle, then a heavy thumb. Measure 10, back to a C chord, but it's still new information. John's still being playful with us here. And we got a C chord, but check out all this cool melody work. The melody is, so we got open E, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, D, back to open E, 3rd fret on the 1st string, which is a G. And he's putting that into the C chord. So pinching 5 and 1. Immediately, pointer goes to the 2nd string with the pinky down on the 3rd fret. I'm doing that thumb, middle, pointer. Then right back to thumb and middle, but it's the 4th string with the 1st, 4 and 1. Then immediately back to the 1st string with the pinky down. So that pinky's dancing quite a bit there. Let me give you a different angle here. 3, 4. And then it just ends heavy thumb on 5, heavy thumb on 4. The whole measure here. Again, sometimes I'm not always doing the heavy thumb when I pinch. For me, without the thumb pick, it's quite a bit of effort to do it. It's just a weirder, it's just a stranger angle. Donation pitch. Guys, if you're shoulder shrugging and enjoying your John Hurt, I ask you to please consider supporting Mike's Music Method. It functions on the value for value model. What are these videos worth to you? If you can give $10 a month, $5 a month, it makes a huge difference and ensures that this channel keeps cranking them out. The amazing thing about the value for value model is anyone in financial dire straits or who just can't prioritize music financially in their life right now can still get all this amazing content at no cost, for free. They can learn, better themselves, you know, that can be their emotional outlet. Music is amazing, we know that. But for those of you who can donate, please, it's you guys that are keeping this channel alive. Whether that's 20 bucks a month or 10 bucks a month or 5 or 50, it's up to you. It's a value for value model. Please consider. Anytime you guys give, just know it's buying me time to make these videos and help spread the pick and love. Without further ado though, keep it short. Onward with the tune. Measure 11. We get a cool little lead run, but it's quite easy. So we're starting on a C chord, just pinching 5 and 1. Then we immediately go into the melody, which is D, third fret B string, down to the 1st fret, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, back to 1st fret, 2nd string, and then 3, 1. So pinch, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and you hold that 3rd beat there. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and it's kind of swung a little bit. So 5 and 1. Measure 12, then we're done with the intro here. But don't worry, you got the bulk of the song now, guys. So you're doing it. Measure 12. He's just kind of either a big strum or you can pinch 5, 2, and 3. He's got a pretty big hit there on the C chord. Then a heavy thumb on 4. Moves that ring finger up to the 6th string. And it's 6, 1. 4, 3. It's right. It's still a C chord. We're just moving that ring finger, and the ending is 6, 1, 4, 3. I'm doing thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. 6, 1, 4, 3 are the strings. And if we try that whole measure, 3, 4. Now would be the perfect time to jump to the end of the video, timestamps down below, and do a slow run of the intro. Make sure you got that rock solid before moving on, and I mean rock solid. Don't start doing more unless that is easy. Promise? Promise? Now John starts singing, same basic chord progression. You could call it a day, except for the bridge later on. You could treat the intro the same as the verse or just simplify it. But it's John Hurt, and he's always given us color and giving us variety and doing different stuff. So let's do it measure by measure. So in 13 here, start of the verse, we got a C chord with our pinky down. And what he's doing, he's hitting 5 and he's brushing, not just 1, but he's hitting 1, 2, sometimes even 3. I just call that like a brush with your pointer finger. So he's pinching 5 and 1 with the brush, and then brushing again. Then a heavy thumb on beat 4. Then our ring finger goes up to the 3rd fret, and he does 6, brushes the top 2 there. Heavy thumb on 4, and then he hits the pointer finger on the 3rd string at the end. So it's like 6, brush, heavy 4, pointer on the 3rd string. I missed it. So from the top, 3, 4. Measure 14, he moves up again, but we have to jump back down real fast, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. So we're only pinching 5 and 1 here. And then he's jumping right back to get that brush on open and 1. And now be careful, a lot of beginners will do this. And you'll either slide or you'll hear a lot of that scratch. Be careful of the scratch. You can do a quick lift. You're only killing the sound for a moment. And there's not as much scratch. So 5 and 1 here, both on the 5th fret. Back to a C chord, brushing the 1st finger, heavy thumb on 4. Ends it by doing 5, heavy thumb on 4, pointer finger on the 2nd string. So the whole measure, 3, 4. One more time. I'll do it even slower. Good news. 15 and 16 are the same as measure 3 and 4. We have this back and forth on the C chord. Then 17, just we got a 3 on top twice. The quick movement again. But here, you can take your time because he's just doing pinch. So to be clear, that measure before, like I definitely heard that brush. But every time, if you really wanted to, you could just take your time like we did here in 18 and like we did earlier in the song. You just only play open so you can take that moment to get a clean sounding chord. That's probably a better move. I would almost maybe ignore the way we did it in 14. It seems unnecessarily complicated for the tiniest bit more sound. And 19, he's implied before, but it's a little bit different here. We got a C chord. It starts with our pinky down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, pinching 5 and 2, play 2 again, then heavy thumb on 4. Then we go right back to the 2nd string, but I lift the pinky and play the 1st fret there. So 3, 3, 1 are the frets, and it's pinch 5 and 2, 2 again, heavy thumb on 4, right back to 2. Second half of the measure is 5, 3. Then I'm gonna put my pinky back down on the 2nd string and pinch 4 and 2. So 5, 3 is thumb, pointer, then pinch 4 and 2 with thumb and middle. And that whole measure. And remember to lift and put that down at the last moment possible so everything is legato and smooth. It's so cool. Real easy here. In 20, we got a break. That's it. Pinch 5 and 2. Heavy thumb, heavy thumb. 4 more measures, guys. Then we learn how to spell chicken. All right, so in 21, just playful on the F chord, pinching 6 and 3 with thumb and pointer, then immediately to the 2nd string with the middle finger, then a heavy thumb on 4. Then second half of the measure, pinching 6 and 2, then playing 2 again, but my pinky went down on the 3rd fret there, then a heavy thumb. And again, these quicker passages you can handle in a lot of ways. You can double the same finger. You can get used to alternating between between pointer and middle. Like when you do really quick stuff, you're gonna want to do that. Right? You can only go so fast with one finger. That being said, Merle Travis is so rapid fire with this finger, it's unbelievable. So it's up to you. You don't have to alternate. I know it makes it trickier. For slow stuff, it's probably easy to just double up with the same finger and not worry about the technical kind of aspect that comes into trying to do both of these on the same string. So that whole measure, get the thumb going, then let's play it here. Measure 22, nothing new here, pinching 5 and 1. Play 1 again with the pinky down. And just some heavy thumbs after that. 23. Slightly different little run here. Pinching 5 and 2, but they're both the 3rd frets here, so it's like a C chord, but my pinky's down. Pinch those 2 to 1, 1, 2 on the 3rd string, back to 1. Just gonna do it quick because you guys, it's similar to the last one, right? So 3, 4. Then we follow through with a C chord here in 24, and it's just heavy thumb on 5, heavy on 4, move the ring finger up to the 6th string, then heavy 4. Shaboom! Again, timestamps are down below. Do the slow runs of the verse. Make sure you got that rock solid before we get into chicken. Here we go. C. C is for chicken. Measure 25. What we're doing is pinching, it's a C chord, but we really only don't need much. You can really just get away with these two. But put it down just in case you miss it. We're pinching 5 and 3, then a heavy thumb on 4. And then it's 5, 3, So 5 and 3, thumb alone, 5, 3, and heavy thumb again. Measure 25. So we got a little lead there, and I'm just doing 2, 0, 2, 0 on the 3rd string. And then back to a C chord, heavy on 5, heavy on 4. So let's do those two together so you can hear it. 3, 4. And again, if you want to use one finger, I bet John is using his thumb. That would be my guess. Measure 27, back to an F. It's real simple though. 6 and 3. Thumb alone on 4. 6, 3, 4. So pinch. 4, 6, 3, 4. And here's a little melody in 28. So this is weird. If you make note here of the tab, so on this second beat here, it's actually the 3rd note in the measure, right? Where you see open and 3 together. Hurt is actually playing open A. And that's fine, it's in the F chord. But it sounds dead because he's palm muting it. And in my opinion, it's not really a great sound. And it's kind of awkward to do. So I would just play the F. Why not? I don't know, again, if this was intentional by Hurt or a mistake. It's hard to tell. But he's definitely hitting that open A. I would recommend playing that F just because it sounds a little cleaner and less muddy in my opinion. But it's up to you. So the melody here, we're gonna hit sorry, I played the wrong one there. What we're doing on this F chord, we're putting our pinky down on the 3rd string. So I get the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. So it's like, makes like an S sus4 chord. So it's putting the pinky down and playing those 2 notes. And I'd probably do pointer, pointer, because then our thumb needs to play either the 5th or the 4th. Then we go right back to the 3rd string, but lift the pinky. So 3rd string, thumb either on 5 or 4. It's up to you what you think sounds better. I'm kind of hitting both of them right now. Then we go right back to the pointer finger on the 3rd string, but our pinky's lifted at the end. Goofy measure. And then he's just like heavy, heavy twice in a row. Real muddy sounding, right? So let's do that slow. 3, 4, pinky down. Again, if you wanted to, if you're not a thumb over the top guy, I'd like to point this out. The Leonard Cohen F, I call it. You play a normal bar chord F, get rid of the pinky, put the ring finger where the pinky once was. But make sure when you're doing this, you don't actually want to play that 1st fret. So can you bend that 1st finger in such a way as to not play it? I don't know that I really can. I guess I kind of can. Make this one muted, or you're just going to make sure you don't play it because you don't want that B flat to sound. That is not the sound we're looking for. But that way you can still get the pinky down if you absolutely can't do the thumb over the top F. 29, real easy, pinch 5 and 2, heavy thumb on 4, 5, 2, 4. So it's a pinch, heavy thumb, 5, 2, heavy thumb. Then 30, another little lead, pinching 5 and 2. Then on the 3rd string, 2, 0, all on a C chord. Then back to the C chord, thumb on 5, heavy thumb on 4. 31 is the same as 25. A cool new lead here in 32. We're just doing 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd, back to the 3rd, 2, open, 2, 1, 2, open. Then heavy thumb on 5, heavy thumb on 4 on the C chord. Yeah, what up, guys? Ooh, it's the next day. I'm trying to recreate that ridiculously dumb camera angle I was doing yesterday. I don't know why. So here we go. We got another goofy angle, and we're on measure 33. And I promise when we're done here, we will put all the lyrics in so you guys know where we're at. And I remember yesterday too, like talking like, oh, well, we'll go through this, then we're almost there. The song's only a minute long, so there's no repeats. You power through and then it's over, which is cool. So we're on an F chord here in 33, pinching 6 and 3, thumb alone on 4, then it's 6, 3, 4. So you've seen this kind of movement before already. 34, a lot like that other measure of F we saw where he's hitting the open string, but I'm having you do the 3rd fret on the 4th string here. So it's an F chord again. You put the pinky down on the 4th fret there of the, 3rd fret there of the 3rd string. So it's that right, F sus 4 chord again. So I'm pinching 6 and 3 with that pinky down on the 3rd fret. Then hit that 3rd string again immediately right after. Thumb on 4, or if you're hurt, you can play that open string really heavily palm muted. And then you lift the pinky and go back to the 3rd string. I like it way better hitting the 4th string and making it sound nice. And then it's just 6 again and a heavy thumb. So 3, let's get the thumb going here first, then we'll add it. Measure 35, simple C chord, pinching 5 and 2, heavy thumb on 4, 5, 2, then a heavy thumb at the end. Here in 36, we got our left hand pointer finger doing some fancy work. It's a C chord, pinching 5 and 2. But then my pointer finger is actually going to move to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And there's my heavy thumb is 2 and 2 because I moved that pointer finger and I tucked them in there. Then I immediately go to the 3rd string open. So pinch 5 and 2, thumb and pointer. Quickly move that left hand pointer finger, heavy thumb, lift it, and I'm playing that with my pointer finger open on the 3rd string. Heavy thumb. Oop. I'll do it again. 37, we're nearly there. Really cool little measure here. I'm pinching 5 and 3 here. I suppose you could just do a heavy thumb, but pinching 5 and 3, then I'm doing a heavy thumb. Immediately followed by pointer finger on the 2nd string. Second half of the measure is thumb on 5, pointer finger on 3, and then here you can pinch 4 and 1. And again, if you can manage to brush that thumb as well, that's cool. Or just hit all of them. So cool little measure. 3, 4, pinch, thumb, and thumb, and thumb. Or you can do a last pinch, 4 and 2 at the end, however you want to end the measure. Let's just do the second half so you guys get it. It's thumb on 5, pointer finger on 3, then you can pinch 4 and 1. So the whole measure. .38 here, we actually have a dead-end hit where he's changing to the F chord. So we're on a C chord and our pinky is down here, 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So I'm pinching 5 and 2. Then I'm playing the 2nd string again, but lifting that pinky. Again, you can alternate with these 2 fingers or double up with one of them. And then there, he's just got a dead hit on the 4th string. And I'm using that moment to prepare for the F chord with the thumb over the top. Because on the upbeat there, I'm hitting the 3rd string with my pointer finger on the 2nd fret. So pinch 5 and 2, lift the pinky, go back to the 2nd string, move to an F chord, hit a dead note with the thumb on 4, then the pointer finger on 3. So that's the first half. And then after you hit that one with the pointer, my thumb hits the 6th string, and it does a heavy thumb on 4 and 3. 9 is the same as 37. Last measure. Cool, it's a G chord with 3rd fret, and then we need 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Pinching 6 and 2 there. Thumbs alone on 4. Then my pointer finger on my left hand goes down to the 1st fret. And actually my whole hand is switching to a C chord there. But I'm doing the 1st finger first, and then getting all the other ones ready to hit a big C chord. So pinch 6 and 2 on a G chord with the pinky down there. Thumb alone, with my left hand pointer finger to the 1st fret, and then the whole chord goes to the C. Shigoo! Let's try to sing it here from 13. I've given these tips a bunch before, but I will give them again. What I always do is make sure, well, first, just can you strum the song and sing it? I'm sure you can, because it's just C and G. But make sure you can get the rhythm. Then once you get the rhythm, just do the thumb. Chicken, chicken, can't roost too high for me. Chicken, chicken, come on out of that tree. So make sure that's really good with the phrasing. Maybe even before you do the thumb, you're just like tapping, doing downbeats. Chicken, chicken, come on out, and really trying to make sure you're doing the vocals when you should be doing them rhythmically. Then from there, maybe you do a basic pattern. Chicken, chicken, don't roost too high for me. Chicken, I'm just doing thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. And then slowly, once you get really confident with that, and that may take a while, and if you're not there, don't even attempt to actually do the song, because that's way harder. So build that up, get those things to muscle memory first, then you can try to actually tackle it. Chicken, chicken, don't roost too high for me. Chicken, chicken, come on out of that tree. So what I would do is measure by measure, make sure you're actually doing things right. So chicken, that's easy enough. Both pinches, right? Chicken, chicken. And again, in this measure 14, I'm making it easy. I'm not doing that quick slide. Chicken, I'm just playing easy open on that second beat. Chicken, don't roost too high for me, roost too high. So there it's on those open notes, right? What does he even sing there? You can't roost too high for me, right? You can't roost too high. You can't roost. So on that pickup beat, you can't roost too high for me. Chicken, easy enough. Chicken, come on out, come on out of that, come on out of that, come on out of that tree. And if it's really confusing, what I'll do is circle certain notes and write the lyrics there. And you're just training your brain to do it the same way every time, just like you spend hours and hours practicing the right hand, getting it down. You might have to do the same thing with singing and playing the guitar at the same time. Good news is though, once you do this for several songs, maybe 6 to 12 to 20 to 50, I don't know, but eventually you do get a heck of a lot better at it, where I'm not necessarily meticulously doing this for most songs unless it's really complicated. So you do get better, and singing and playing, just like normally playing the guitar, you get that muscle memory going. Same thing with singing and playing. The more you do it, the more you can kind of just use your intuition and nail it with less practice. Let's go to 21 here. We got chicken, chicken, chicken. So that's all with the melody notes. It makes it pretty easy. Chicken, chicken. Those heavy thumbs are alone, right? No vocal there. Chicken, chicken, chicken. You can't get the pickup there. Chicken, you can't roost too high for me, roost too high for me. So the only empty one is the second one. Roost, roost. Never mind, they're all there, but that first one is roost. So roost is on 2 of the notes. Roost too high for me. Alright, so 25, what does he sing here? C is the way we begin. Yeah, so real slow. C is the way we begin. Make sure you got that down. Keep going. H, the next H, the next letter in. So letter in. So on that thumb, it isn't there, but we got the first 2 3s. Letter in. Letter in. This measure is hard. I like how he does the F later on. It's just more consistent in whatever measure that was, 34. So if that one's easier, you can always just replace it there. That's fine. I'm realizing anytime there's not a consistent thumb, I just find it harder for my brain to process. And he's dropping that low thumb out. I don't know if it's intentional or a mistake. Probably intentional. But either way, you can put it in there. It's not like it's going to ruin the flow of the song or something. So I would just play the thumb on the downbeat, even though Hurt isn't playing it. 29, we have I am the third. Following the melody pretty straight this whole part. C, C, for C, for the season your bird. So it's C, for the season your bird. 4 2. So the words 4 2 are on the 4th beat. 4 2 season your bird is the run in the next measure there. 33. K to fill him in. K to fill him in. C, I'm near the end. Yeah, so you notice he's just following the guitar melody vocally, or vice versa. C, I'm near the end. And 37, the ending, which is just awesome. C-H-I-C-K-E-N. That's the way to spell chicken. So 37, C-H-I. You'll notice the C-H is just on one hit. C-H, then you get a break. C-H-I, C-H-I, C-H-I. C is the last note 4 there. C-H-I-C-K-E-N, K-E-N. And it might, when you're practicing this stuff, don't be afraid to do it again and again and again and again. It's hard, so go slow, do it right, and then move on. C-H-I-C. Sorry, that's the way you spell. That's the way you spell. So the 3rd beat on the guitar, I'm not singing. That's the way you spell chicken. Chicken. Slow runs. Let's do the intro here. Up to measure 12. 2, 3, 4. Do 13 to 24, the verse, and then we'll take a little break before we do the chorus, or the ending, or however you frame this song. 2, 3, 4. 25 to the end.